start lying down on your backside. You'll want to have your band handy so you can grab a hold of it when you're ready, okay? All right, so lying down on your backside, we'll just start by checking in with our breath, taking in a nice strong inhale in through your nose, and then an exhale out through your mouth. As you breathe in, you want to feel your ribs expand to the front, the sides, and the back. And then as you breathe out, you want to feel your abs start to slightly engage to help you press the air out. We can try off placing our hands on the sides of our ribs so that as you breathe in, you want to feel your ribs expand out to the sides, right? Using our nice strong Pilates breath. And then exhale, the ribs pull in together. You almost want to imagine they're knitting themselves together, engaging the abs to help us create a nice strong core. We'll do one more big inhale in here. And then an exhale out. From here, we'll check in with our hips. So you can place your thumbs on the fronts of your hip bones and then your pointer fingers right on the fronts of your pubis bone. And so we're working in neutral spine right now, which means all of our fingers should be on the same plane or in a nice flat line. So we feel for the fronts of our hip bones, the fronts of our pubis bone. And then if we were to go into imprint spine, we think about lifting up through our pelvic floor muscles, pulling our abs in nice and tight. Now our fingers are going to tilt up higher than our thumbs, right? Just lifting up through the pelvic floor, pulling our abs in tight. And then inhale, we loosen and lengthen back out to neutral. We'll do that again. Exhale, we find imprint spine, zipping up, pulling everything in, feeling the ribs knit together. And then inhale, we lengthen back out to neutral. And we'll get two more here. Exhale, we find imprint spine, pull everything in. And then inhale, we release back to neutral. And then one more, we'll find imprint spine here. And then inhale, we float back to neutral. We're going to check in with our ribs here. We're going to float the arms up to the sky. Notice how your ribs kind of try to pop up towards the ceiling. All right, our goal is to keep the rib cage knitted down. So let's take a nice big inhale, float your arms up overhead, so reaching them up by your ears. And then exhale, pull your arms straight back up to the sky. As you inhale, float your arms up, allow your ribs to pop up just to see what that feels like. So your back kind of arches away from the ground and we're like, oh, that cannot be good. And then exhale, we pull everything back down. This time when your arms float up, keep the ribs pulling down. Feel the fronts of your, or the tops of your abs pulling your ribs down towards your hips. And then the abs get to kind of relax a little bit as the arms come back up. We'll get two more like that. Inhale, we stretch, but we're still working through the abs. And then exhale, we bring everything back to center. And we'll get one more. Reach the arms up overhead. And then float your arms back up to the sky. From here, palms can turn in to face each other. We're going to check in with our shoulder blades next. It'll be a nice inhale. Think about pressing your shoulder blades into the floor, opening up through your chest. And then exhale, try to pull your shoulder blades apart. You're almost trying to draw a circle with your arms. So inhale, the shoulder blades pull in towards each other, pressing into your mat. And then exhale, the shoulder blades pull apart from each other. You're trying to stretch them apart as we draw that circle with our arms. We'll get two more. Inhale, we open. And then exhale to close. And then one more, pressing the shoulder blades together. And then pulling the shoulder blades apart. You can allow your arms to float all the way down by your sides. Checking in with our head, we'll take a nice inhale here. Our gaze should be straight up towards the ceiling. We're not looking back behind us and we're not seeing our knees quite yet. On your exhale, just slightly nod your chin to your chest. Feel the back of your neck lengthen out as you do so. Now we can see the tops of our knees. And then inhale, we gaze back up at the ceiling. So exhale, nod your chin to your chest. And then inhale, we lengthen back out. Next time you nod your chin to your chest, just hold it right there. We'll take a nice big inhale in. On your exhale, keeping that nod, you're going to peel your head, your shoulders up away from the floor. Inhale, we hold here. And then exhale, we roll everything back down. On your inhale, your head looks straight up at the ceiling. Exhale, it's a slight nod of your chin to your chest, and we just hold that lengthening right there. Exhale, we peel our spine up away from the floor. Inhale to hold, feel the ribs expand out to the side, and then exhale, roll everything back down. We'll get 2 more like that. Inhale, we gaze at the ceiling. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest. Inhale to get ready. Exhale, roll it forward. Using our abs, we pull the ribs down towards the hips as we roll up. Inhale, we just hang out here. And then exhale, we roll everything back down. Last one here. Inhale to get ready. Exhale, nod your chin. We're going to go straight for that roll up with this same exhale. Inhale to hold. Exhale, find imprint spine. Lifting up through the pelvic floor. Pull your abs in tight. Feel your ribs and hips get a little closer. And then inhale, loosen back to neutral. Stay in that C curve. Exhale, we find imprint spine here in C curve. And then inhale, we loosen back out. Last 2 here. Exhale, nice little pull in. And then inhale to lengthen back out. And then 1 more. Exhale, we pull everything in. Inhale, find neutral, and then exhale, roll it all the way down. Oh, all right. We're going to grab a hold of our band next. If you don't have a band, no problem. This is the workout where it's actually harder if you don't have a band, okay? So we'll take our right foot into the band. Options for your band, depending on how long it is. Mine's pretty long. So I'm just going to kind of draw an X with my band so my foot's tied in there nice and tight. You could also tie like a double knot around your foot. If you don't have like 2 strands, it'll be the same length. So just depending on what your band's like, you can just either tie it or wrap it around, okay? And we're going to take both hands, just bring them down towards your chest, and then bend your right knee into tabletop position. The band's going on the inside of your right leg, and we're working in neutral spine to start off. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, straighten out your right leg, point your toes, and find imprint spine. So the abs pull in, we lift up through the pelvic floor, and our hips rock in towards the ribs. Inhale, we loosen back into neutral spine as you bend your knee and flex your foot. So exhale, straighten out your leg, feel your abs work, especially those low abs, pelvic floor muscles. And then inhale, bend your knees back into tabletop. Exhale, we push forward. And then inhale to pull back in, right? And we're just warming up our body, warming up our hips, straightening out our leg, and then bending it back in. Try to keep your right knee tracking straight up towards the ceiling. So as you're straightening out your leg, don't let it roll in towards the center or roll out towards the side. Just keep it nice and lined up with your hip. We've got 2 more here. Exhale to push, and then inhale to pull. And then next time we straighten out, we're just going to hold it right there, keeping our right leg straight. Our toes are pointed. It's an inhale to lift your leg up, find neutral spine again. So the abs gets a little break up at the top, and then exhale, lower back down, find imprint spine. Inhale, we go neutral spine. So hips and pubis bone are all in the same plane. And then exhale, imprint spine. We feel the abs work to help us support our lower back here. We'll keep moving like that. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. And we'll go for 4 more here. We've got our toes pointed, and we'll just keep it that way as we lower and then lift. Last 3. And then last 2. And next time we lower down, just hold it right there. All right, so keeping our leg lengthened out, we are in our imprint spine here. We're just going to draw some circles with our right leg. So we'll open our right leg out to the side, sweep it up to the sky, and then lower straight down the center. Adding in this sideways movement is going to challenge our left side a little bit more. So check in with your left leg. It's going to want to wiggle side to side, but our goal is to keep our left leg nice and steady as we draw these circles with our right leg. We're going to get 2 more in this direction. And then after this next one, we just start moving our circles in the other way. Starting up at the top, we open up, lower down, zip to the center, and bring it up. So we open and lower, zip it up, and bring it in. check out what's happening at your hips, right? If our left leg's moving, that means our hips are probably doing a little wiggle as well too. That may mean our circles are getting a little bit too big for us to control. And if we make those circles a little bit smaller, we'll be able to keep our hips nice and even. We'll get one more circle here, opening up out to the side, lowering, zipping it up, and then bend your knee. And let's switch over to the left. So left foot gets your band. If you've got that knot, you can just slide it off and then slide it onto the left foot. We'll be starting with our left foot in tabletop, our knees bent and our foot is flexed. And we're in neutral spine to start off. So nice little curve in our lower back. Taking a big inhale in here. Exhale, straighten out your leg, point your toes. And then inhale, bend your knee and flex your foot. Exhale, we push forward. And then inhale to bring it in. We're going to that switch to imprint spine. So as you straighten out your left leg, the abs pull in, we lift up through our pelvic floor muscles, finding imprint. And then inhale, we get a little break, finding neutral spine as we lower back down. We'll get about 4 more here. Exhale to push. And then inhale to pull. And we'll go for 3. And then last 2. And next time you straighten out your leg, just hold it there. We'll keep our toes pointed. Inhale, lift your leg straight up to the sky. And then exhale, lower your leg down. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale to lower. As our leg comes up, we go into neutral spine. As you lower your leg down, you only want to take your leg as low as you're able to maintain imprint spine. And we remember that this is our warm up, right? So we're just warming up our hip joint as we lift and lower our leg. Bodhi wanted to say hi to everyone, so that was his tail. All right, we'll go 3 more here. I told him no distractions, so we're doing hard stuff, so that way we get extra reps on that, but you know, he gets so excited. All right, and then next time you lift your leg up, we'll just hold it right there. We're going in for our circles. Lower your leg down, open up out to the side, sweep your leg up the center, and then do it again. We lower and open, lift it up, and back to center. You can kind of choose here if you want to stay in imprint the whole time, right? That will give us a little bit more control. Or if you like having that little break up at the top going into neutral before finding imprint as you lower. We'll get 2 more circles here. We lower down, open up, zip it up, and back to center. Last one. Whew. And then we'll go the other way. Open up out to the side, lower down, bring it into the center, and then zip it up. So we open, bring it to center, and lift. Think about what's happening with your right leg and what's happening with your hips. Goal is to keep our hips as even as we can, keep our right leg as still as we can, just kind of showing off how much core control we have and making sure we're not getting our circles too big. We've got 2 more circles here. Oh, hips are loving this, right? And then last one. All right, we come back to center. We're going to take the left leg in the tabletop. You can keep the band on if you're using a band. All we're going to do is take the right leg up to meet the left leg, okay? So only the left leg's in the band, but now both feet are up in tabletop and we're in neutral spine. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. I'm going into a slight lateral turnout. So knees are opening up out to the side, heels are together, and toes are apart. Taking a big breath in, exhale, straighten out your legs, point your toes. And then inhale, bend your knees and flex your feet. Exhale, straighten out your legs, find imprint spine. Inhale, bend your knees and flex your feet. Now that we're moving with both legs, it's going to be a little bit harder to find imprint spine, right? So now I have to take my legs a little bit higher so that my lower back doesn't arch away from the ground. Woo, and give my abs a little bit more support. All right, so finding that sweet spot now that we're moving with 2 legs. We've got 3 more here. Exhale, push it out, point those toes. Inhale, bend your knees and flex your feet. Last 2. And then next time we straighten out the legs, we'll just hold it there. Turning our legs back to parallel. You're going to inhale, lift up your left leg, keep the right leg where it is, and then exhale, switch so that the right leg comes up, the left leg lowers. Inhale, we lift the left, and then exhale, we lift the right. Check in with your hips, making sure both hips are nice and even though both legs are doing totally different things. And then check in with your abs. We're still working in imprint spine, right? And this isn't a race movement. We're just kind of flowing our legs through space. We've got 3 more. Abs should be warming up now, and hips should be loving this, right? Last 2. And then last one. After this next one, we'll meet again with our legs in our nice 45-degree angle. We're gonna go leg circles next. So inhale, the legs lift straight up to the sky. Open up just about hip distance apart. Lower your legs down, circle and meet in the center. Inhale to lift and open. Exhale, push down and then connect. We've got 2 more in this direction. So again, working to maintain imprint spine, especially since we've got both legs in the sky. It'll give us a little bit more support. After this one, let's connect the legs and hold it right there. We're at our 45-degree angle and we're just going the other way. Inhale to open and lift, connect, and then push down. We open at the bottom, float the legs up, connect, and then push down. Last 2, open and lift, connect, and push down. Last one. And connect. All right, bend your right leg, set your foot down on the floor, bend your left leg, take the band off. All right, the vacation for the left leg is over. Now the left leg gets to work. Taking the band around our right foot. All righty, so right foot gets the band. Again, I like band on the inside of the right leg. Left leg's gonna come to meet the right leg in tabletop. And right now we're in our neutral spine. Lateral turnout, so heels are together, knees are slightly apart. Big inhale in here. Exhale, straighten out your legs, point your toes, and then inhale, bend your knees and flex your feet. We find imprint spine as our legs lengthen out, and then neutral spine as our legs pull back in. Exhale to push, and then inhale to pull. See if you can keep your hands in the same spot the whole time so that the band doesn't change position as you straighten out your legs. Right? So we're growing that resistance the further away our legs get from our hands. After this one, we straighten out the legs and just hold it right there. Turn your legs to parallel, and then we're gonna lift the right leg up and then switch legs. So right leg comes up, left leg lowers, and then we switch. So just scissors in space. This is our chance to see what's happening with our hips, right? If you can feel your hips rocking side to side, maybe make those scissors a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to control. Really pull the belly button in, find that connection with your abs to help you stabilize here. We'll go 3 and 2. Last one. And we'll meet again at our 45-degree angle. We're going leg circles next. Inhale, lift your legs up. Open up at the top, push down into your straps, and then connect your legs. It's an inhale to lift and open, push down, and then connect. We've got 2 more in this direction. Open up, push down, and connect. Oh, these legs are getting heavy. Last one. And then me right here in the center, we're going the other way. We open up, float your legs up, connect, and push down. Try to keep your legs moving at the same pace, even though that left leg's getting so heavy. We've got 2 left here. Last one. And then bend your left leg, set your foot down on the floor. Bend your right leg, take your band out away from your leg, and put your feet down. Take a little breather. All right, legs get a slight little break before we go into some bridges. We'll take the band into our hands. Well, one hand, or each hand gets a part of the band, okay? Want to have a nice length through the band right here, arms reaching up to the sky. Don't forget about your ribs with this one, right? Make sure the ribs don't pop up away from the ground. We'll find our neutral spine again. So a little curve between your lower back and the mat, and then the backs of the ribs gently knitting down. Taking a nice big inhale, just float your arms up overhead. Feel that stretch through your chest, but our ribs stay pulling down towards our hips. And then exhale, float your arms back up to the sky. If as you're reaching your arms up overhead, you feel a spot where the ribs pop up, then maybe we're going too far back with our arms, and we just only go to the spot where we can maintain control. We'll keep moving here, and we're just kind of testing out our body to see how far our arms want to move today with control through the ribs. We'll go 3 more here. Inhale to lengthen up, and then exhale to stack it back up. And then 2 more, we stretch it out, and then bring it back to center. And then last one, stretch. And coming back to center, we'll just hold it right there. We're gonna work on our shoulder retraction. So taking a nice big inhale, exhale, pull the shoulder blades together as you pull the band apart. And then exhale, reset. Exhale, we pull the shoulder blades together, open up through the chest, pull your hands apart from each other, and then bring it back to center. It's an exhale to open, and then inhale, coming back to center. We've got 5 here. Exhale, we open up. Make sure your chin's not tucking into your chest. And then bring it back to center. Think about opening up through the front of your chest and back to center. Last 2. And then last 1. All right, from here, you're gonna take the band, place it right across the fronts of your hip bones, okay? So it's like you're putting a seatbelt on. You're gonna place one hand on either side of the band. I'm gonna make a tight fist here and then press my palm or press my wrist down into the ground, okay? So goal here is to keep our hands in contact with the floor no matter what happens. Feet are hip distance apart and we're in our neutral spine. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, push your hips up into the band, but don't let your hands leave the ground. And then inhale, lower your hips back down. Exhale, we squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up, and then inhale to lower. As we do this, we remember that we're in neutral spine, so we're not tucking the tailbone. We want to keep the nice curve through our lower back as we lift and lower, right? So if the band is causing us to do something weird with our lower back or our pelvis, maybe we loosen up the grip on the band, maybe we go band free. Goal with the upper body, right, is to not let our shoulders round forward. Think about keeping open through the collarbone, open through the chest, and then allow that little fire to build within your triceps as your arms are straight and you're pressing the band down into the ground. Next time we lift up the hips, let's just hold it there. Exhale, we lift up the hips and hold. Lift your hands a centimeter away from the ground and then push down. Lift up a little and then push. Keep the hips up the same height. We're just changing the movement of the arms. The arms lift a little and then lower. We've got 4 and 3. Last 2. Last 1, push the arms down, hold it there. Little pulses with our hips up and down now. We've got 5 and 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift the hips up and then lower everything down. Whew. All right, so band's gonna come around both feet next, okay? So both feet will go into the band. I'm gonna make an X around my band just so I get a little bit more tightness, but depending on how long your band is, you may or may not need to, okay? We'll take our legs in tabletop position, take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl your body forward, come up to meet your legs. And then inhale, we roll everything back down. Exhale, we curl it forward. And then inhale, we lower back down. So the band can be helping us right now, right? It's pulling us towards our legs and then helping us slow our roll on the way down. Last 2, exhale, curl forward. And then inhale, lower down. Next time you curl it up, hold it there. Nice big inhale, exhale, straighten out your legs, point your toes. Inhale, bend your knees, and then roll all the way back down. Exhale, we roll up and straighten out the legs. Inhale, bend your knees and roll everything back down. Last 2, exhale, we roll up and lengthen. Inhale, we bend and roll everything back down. Last 1, exhale, we roll it up. And then inhale to roll back down. So there's our option 1, layer 1. If we want a little bit more, we'll move this into a teaser. It'll be a nice big inhale to get ready. Exhale, we curl forward, rolling up onto those sit bones. And then inhale, we roll everything all the way back down. So exhale, we curl forward, peeling our upper body up, stretching the legs out nice and long. And then exhale, we roll everything back down. You've got 4 more here. If the teaser is not our fix for today, we stay in that C curve and stretch, and our abs will still be loving us, right? Last 3. Exhale to roll it up. And then inhale to roll it all the way back down. Last 2. Exhale, curl it up. And then roll it all the way back down. Last one, best one, will stay up. Exhale, we roll it up. And we're just gonna hold it right there, taking a nice big inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull them back. And then inhale, lengthen back out. We're just hanging out in our teaser or our C curve, pulling the elbows back, pulling our abs in nice and tight. And we stretch for 3 and 2. Ooh, last one. Roll all the way down. All right, you can uncross your band. You're gonna stretch your legs out nice and long. Take a nice big inhale in here. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest and roll your body all the way up to seated. Woo, and if you got another way of getting there, feel free. All right, we're gonna work our way over onto our hands and knees next. All right, we're not quite done with the band yet, sorry. All right, so band's gonna go back onto our right foot again. Option again to tie it in that double knot or to have a long tail, whatever works best for your band. Alrighty, I'm gonna take my left hand into my band if I've got just one string. If you've got 2 strings, you can do both hands on the band, okay? So finding a nice comfortable spot on our hands and knees, shoulders stacked right on top of our wrists, and then knees stacked right underneath our hips. Let's check out our head. We want to make sure we're not looking down at our legs, but we're looking out past our fingers, and then see if you can lift your chest up away from the ground a little bit here, okay? We'll take a nice big inhale in. On your exhale, just send your right leg straight back behind you, and then inhale, bend your right knee and bring it back in. Exhale, we straighten out the right leg, push back, and then inhale, pull everything back in. As you push the right leg back, think about lifting your chest up away from the ground and pulling your belly button into your spine to give your lower back lots of support. As we're pushing here, we're thinking lengthen our spine, and we're saying hello, good morning to our glutes. All right, next time you straighten out your right leg, let's just hold it right there. If we want a little bit more, that left arm holding onto the band can stretch out nice and long. And then we bring everything back to the center and we push everything back out. So it's an inhale, returning back to center. And then exhale, stretch to the left arm, the right leg, and bring it back in. We'll go for 3 more here. Exhale to push. And then inhale to pull. Don't forget about your belly button. Scoop it in. Give your back lots of support. Next time we straighten out, we'll just hold it right there. We're gonna go little tiny leg lifts with our right leg. If we've got that left arm stretching forward, make sure shoulder's not creeping up into your ears. And then see if you can lift up away from your right shoulder a little bit. Pull the belly button in. We'll go 3 and 2. Last one. And then lower down, bring everything in. We're gonna come down onto our forearms next. Still holding onto the band with our hands and still with our right foot in the strap. You're gonna take your right leg straight back behind and move it slightly over to the right, okay? So important that the left hand's helping us hold on here so we get maximum resistance. We'll take a nice big inhale, exhale, lift up the right leg, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, we lift up, squeeze your glute, and then inhale, lower. Check out what's happening at your hips. Did you shift your body weight over to the left when you lifted up your right leg? If so, what can you do to bring everything back to the center, right? We think about our pelvic floor muscles lifting up to stabilize our hips and our abs wrapping around our hips and ribs to help us really maintain that center. We'll go 2 more here. Exhale up. And 1 more. Lift up, hold it there, point your toes, and just draw some small circles. We'll go 4 and 3. Last 2. And then we just go the other way. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knee. Bring it all the way in. Oh. All right, we're going to go side lying next, still with our right leg in the strap. We're going on our left side down, right leg on top. All right, so bottom left elbow is going to be down on the floor, and then bottom left knee and bottom left hip will be down. We like that straight line from our elbow to our hip, and then our left heel could be lined up with our hip. So depending on how much resistance you want, either your hands can hold on to the strap, or you can utilize that bottom left knee for a little bit more resistance, okay? We'll start here, nice big inhale, exhale, lift up your top right leg, and then inhale, lower. Right knee's tracking straight forward, our toes are tracking straight forward, and then we're flexing our foot. Think about lifting your ribs up away from the floor, and then staying supported and lifted up out of your bottom shoulder. We've got 4 more little lifts here. And 3. Nice, 2 more. And we'll lift up and hold it there. Point your toes and just swing your leg back and then bring it back forward. So we swing back and then bring it forward. It's a pretty small movement because we want to make sure that our hips still stay stacked on top of each other. But just holding our leg up here and just that little backwards motion should be giving our hips, our glutes a little bit of love, right? And they love love. Here we go for 4. Exhale to push. Inhale to pull. What's happening with that bottom left shoulder? Have you collapsed into that bottom shoulder? Last 2. Ooh, last one. Come back to center, hold it there. Little tiny circles. 4, 3. Oh, look at those big smiles. 2. And then other way. Small circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your leg down. Oh, good job, right glute. We're going to head back to our hands and knees. We'll switch the band over to the left side. All right, so left foot gets your band next. And we'll meet propped up on our hands and knees. All righty, and so we want to have the right hand holding on to the band. And it can hold on to both sides or one side, just depending on how you've got your strap oriented. All right, so finding our nice center here, we've got our wrists lined up right underneath our shoulders. It's okay. Knees stacked right underneath your hips, and then a nice long spine. We're gazing out to the front edge of our mat or out past our fingers, not looking up, but also not looking down. Lifting our chest, so we'll take a big inhale in. On your exhale, send your left leg back behind, and then inhale, bend your left knee and bring it in. Exhale, we kick, push back. And then inhale, bring it in. What's happening with your hips? Are you able to keep your hips centered and squared down? Are your abs pulling in to give your back and your hips support? Next time you straighten out your left leg, we'll just hold it there. Here comes our option to reach that right arm forward and then to bring everything back in. So we'd stretch everything out and then we'd pull everything back into center. Right? If we're feeling like we're collapsing in our left shoulder, maybe we don't add the right arm. If our lower back is starting to give us some trouble, maybe we keep that right arm down and focus on scooping the abs in. We'll go 2 more here. And this time we lengthen out and hold it right there. Lift your chest up just a little bit for me, and then give me some little lifts with that back left leg. We lift for 4, and then we'll go for 3. And then last 2. And then 1. We bring everything down. We come down onto our forearms next. All right, taking a big inhale in here. On your exhale, straighten out your back left leg and then move it slightly over to the left. As you move your leg over, make sure your hips didn't collapse over to the right, but really try to keep the hips stacked on top of your knee. Taking a big breath in, exhale, we lift up. And then inhale, we lower back down. Exhale to lift. We're looking out at our hands, right? Our chin didn't tuck down just because our body got a little bit lower. And we're lifting our chest and shoulders up away from the ground. We'll go for 4 more here. Exhale up. And inhale, lower. Just working to target our little side glute muscles here. And last 3. And then 2. And we'll lift up, hold it there, point your toes, and just draw those small circles. Well, we've got 4. And 3. Thinking about the length in our spine. And then those circles go the other direction. Little tiny circles for 4. And 3. Lifting up our chest for 2. And then 1. We lower everything down. We roll over so that our right side's down, our left side's up. All right, and again, we've got the option, bottom leg can support or can hold on to the band or our bottom arm, okay? Bottom elbows lined up with our bottom hip and our bottom foot, and then our top foot should be lined up with that bottom foot for now. We're lifting our ribs up away from the floor. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, just lift your leg up, and then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale, lower. And so you can play around with how much resistance you're getting based on what's holding the band down, right? So if our bottom leg's holding it down, that'll give us a little bit more resistance. Well, just depends, but yeah, bottom leg or bottom hand. All right, we've got 4 more. And 3. How we doing? Staying supported up out of our bottom shoulder. Lift up, hold it there, point your toes, swing your leg back an inch, and then bring it back forward. So it's really, really small. And you may feel that bottom hip start to work a little bit more to stabilize, since it's like, oh my gosh, I remember how much fun it was to do this on the top side, and now it's so much work on the bottom. We've got 4 more here, and then 3 more here. Open up through the chest, lift up those ribs, last 2. And then back to center, hold it there. We draw our small circles. That's it, little circles. 4. Ooh, 3. Last 2. And then we go the other way. Here we go, small circles. 4 and 3. Oh yeah, 2. And then 1, lower your leg down. Good job, hips. All right. So we'll take a little break from our band, okay? So you can take the band, send it off to the side. We don't want to stretch it out too much, right? Because we're going to be using this a lot. All right, and then we'll take our little small ball. You're going to take your ball and place it right in between your knees, okay? And we'll come to a seated position. Alrighty, so from here, place your hands behind your thighs. We'll sit up nice and tall, so we're stacking our ribs on top of our hips. And then if it feels like your tailbone's kind of sinking back, you can feel free to add a little bit of step, like roll up your mat and add a little bit of extra support underneath your hips, okay? So sitting up nice and tall, we'll take a big inhale in here. On your exhale, tuck your tailbone, roll your body back and slide your hands down your legs. And then inhale, restack your spine, sit up nice and tall. If you don't have a ball, you could also do like a pillow in between your knees or like a yoga block or nothing as well too. Just focus on squeezing the legs together to find that inner thigh connection. All right, we'll get 3 more here. Exhale, roll your body back, slide the hands down. And then inhale, restack your spine. And then 2 more, we roll it back. And then we sit back up. And then next time we roll it back, let's just hold it right there. All right, so we want to create a C curve shape with our spine. So we're pulling the abs in tight. We've rocked those sit bones back, and then our ribs are pulling towards our hips. If we're feeling this in our lower back, we just come up a little bit higher, okay? We're going to float the hands forward. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, bend your right elbow and twist over to the right. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, we bend the left elbow, twist left, and then inhale back to the center. We've got 3 more on each side. As you twist over, your gaze follows your elbow, and we come back to center. The ball, the block, the pillow is just there to give us a little bit of feedback to remind us inner thighs, make that strong connection, pelvic floor muscles, give me support, and abs, you're holding me up. Oh. All right. Let's get 1 more on each side. Exhale to twist it over. And then come back to center. And we twist. And back to center. We'll reach the arms forward and then roll all the way down. Arms can float up overhead. We'll take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, we roll our body all the way back up. Exhale, we roll it back down to our halfway point. This time we're gonna keep our arms nice and long. We're just gonna open up over to the right and then come back to the center. So no twisting here as we open over to the left and back to center. So we just did a rotational exercise and now we're doing an anti-rotation exercise. I kind of find that the anti-rotation exercises are harder because my body wants to move with my arm, but I'm making my obliques resist that pull and they have to work so hard to do so. We'll get 2 more on each side. Come back to center, roll your body all the way down. Big inhale in here, exhale, we roll it all the way up. All right, last one here, we roll down to that halfway point. We're gonna try both arms opening out nice and wide to the side. So we open the arms up and then come back to center. Our hands never go wider than our peripheral vision, so we can always see our fingers. And now our abs are just working because our arms are trying to pull us to both sides and they just have to hold down the fort. We've got 3 more, open up. And then back to center. Oh, love you abs, 2 more, open. Back to center, let's open up and just hold it there. Open up and hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, bring the arms together and roll all the way down. All righty. So we'll take the ball, place it right underneath your right foot. All right, and I know we just did this the other day, but everybody loved it so much. They're like, give me more. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. My hamstrings were talking to me. All right, arms are down by our sides. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. We're in neutral spine again. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. On your inhale, straighten out your right leg. Exhale, bend your right knee, and then inhale, lower your hips back down. So it's an exhale to lift, inhale to slide. Pull it back in and then lower back down. If you don't have a ball, you can lift up with your heel up, straighten out your leg, bend your leg, and then lower back down, right? So we go heel up and then up, bring it in and back down. All right, whatever version you're going for, you've got 4 more. Exhale up, inhale out, exhale in, and inhale down. We'll go for 3. And stretch, bring it in and down. Last 2 and stretch, bring it in and down. Then 1 more and we stretch, bring it in and lower down. All right. From here, if you've got your blocker pillow, you can pull that in right underneath your foot. We're going left foot up in the tabletop. Arms are going to open out to make like a little triangle shape out of our body. We'll take a big breath in, exhale, squeeze your right glute, lift your hips up, an inch or 2 to hover, and then inhale, we lower back down. Remember, the hard work is the way down. Exhale, we lift up. Inhale, we don't just collapse to the ground, we purposefully lower ourselves down. 2 more here. Exhale, we lift up. And then inhale, we lower back down. And then last one, let's lift up and just hold it right there. See if you can get your right knee to track straight forward. See if you can lift your hips up just that little bit higher. Say something like, I love you glutes, hamstrings, you are so strong. And then lower your body all the way down. Woo! All right, so ball's gonna go in between our ankles next. Take your feet up in the tabletop position and then reach your arms up to the sky. We'll take a nice big inhale in here. Exhale, curl forward, arms pull down by your sides. And then inhale, we roll our body back down. Exhale, we curl forward. And then inhale, we roll back down. We're adding the legs. Exhale to curl forward, the legs straighten out. And then inhale, we lower everything back down. Exhale, we curl forward, straighten out your legs, squeeze your prop. And then bend your knees and lower everything back down. Last 2, exhale, roll it up. And then inhale, lower back down. Last one, roll it up and hold it there. Little squeezes on your prop. We've got 5 and 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Bend your knees. Roll it all the way down. The ball gets to go underneath your left foot. We're starting off with those bridge and leg rollouts. So again, if you don't have a ball, that would be the one where you send your legs straight up in the sky. We'll take a nice big inhale. Exhale, squeeze your glutes and lift up. Inhale, stretch out your leg. Exhale, bend your knee. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, we lift up. Inhale, we roll. Exhale to bend. And then inhale back down. That's 2 out of 8. Exhale up and glide. Bring it in and lower. Here we go, up and stretch. Bring it in and lower, halfway there, up and glide. Bring it in and center. Make sure knees are tracking straight up towards the sky the whole time. Last 3, lift and slide. Bring it in and lower. Last 2, up and out. Bring it in and down. Last 1 and push. Bring it in and down. All righty. So finding a nice stable spot on your prop. Right leg comes up into tabletop. We take our arms out a little bit wider, just increasing our base of support. Nice big inhale in here. Exhale, we lift up just that little bit. And then inhale, we take our time going back down. 3 more. Exhale, up. And then inhale, we're slowly lowering down. Last 2. Exhale, lift up. And then inhale, we go back down. This last one, we get to hang out. Exhale, lift up. We see if we can go up just that little bit higher. Oh yeah, don't forget, love your left glute, love your left hamstring. And then lower everything down. Woo! Let's go ahead, place both feet on the ball. Allow your knees to open out wide to the sides here and just open up the hips. All righty. So we're going to go ahead, work our way, grab our ball with our hands or our pillow. You can lift up into a bridge with both legs. Place the prop underneath your tailbone. We want to make sure we don't go underneath our lower back, but we're really resting on the tailbone for this one. And then you can find that nice either wide or narrow base of support with your arms. We're going to think about being an imprint spine here with our hips on the ball, and then we'll take our right leg up in the tabletop. We make sure we're nice and stable, and then the left leg gets to come up too. All right, so from here, we're making sure we're not bringing our knees in towards our chest, but that we're really stacking them on top of our hips, and then our hips, our tailbone are right on top of the ball. We'll take a nice big inhale, just straighten out your right leg, stretch it out nice and long. And then exhale, bend your right leg and bring it in. And then inhale, stretch your left leg out. And then exhale, bring it in. That's it. We'll keep moving like that as we think about what's happening with our upper body. Having our hips on this movable surface may mean it's creating a little extra tension in our neck and shoulders. So just do me a favor, make sure the chest is open, both shoulder blades are pressing evenly into your mat. And then your head still looking straight up to the sky. We haven't tucked our chin down. All right, after this next one with our left, we'll go ahead, bring the heels together, toes and knees slightly apart. Big inhale in here, exhale, straighten out your legs, point your toes, and then inhale, bend your knees and flex your feet. If that's too crazy on the ball, you can go back to single leg work. You can also try this out on the floor. Exhale, we straighten out the legs, and then inhale, bend and bring it back in. We've got 4 more here. Exhale to push, and then inhale to pull, and then 3 more, and then 2 more. And then next time the legs are straight, we just hold it there. Legs turn to parallel, we've got our scissors. Right leg lifts, left leg stays where it is, and then we switch in space. Inhale to lift, and exhale to switch. Goal is to keep our hips nice and even, which means the ball staying as still as it can. We'll go for 4, and 3. Awesome, last 2. And then last one. We'll meet again with our legs at our 45-degree angle. We've got leg circles. Inhale, we lift. Open up at the top, push down, and then connect. Inhale to lift, only open as wide as you can. Keep your hips even, connect your legs. Last two in this direction. And then last one. Here we go. Open up at the bottom, float your legs up to the sky, connect, and then push down. We lower and open. Our legs feel light as a feather. And we've got two more. And then one more. Awesome. From here, bend your right knee, set your foot down on the floor, bend your left. Let's just go ahead, straighten out the left leg long against the floor, opening up through your left hip. It may feel nice to stay just like this. You can also try taking both legs straight or bending the left and just giving the right side a stretch. So we'll take a few moments, just kind of explore this stretch. All right, and our hips did do a good amount of work today, right? A little bit, a little bit. All righty, when you're ready, bend your knees, lift your hips up, and then take the ball out. We're gonna give our upper body a stretch as well too, so we'll make our way up to seated. So let's just go prop in our hands, big inhale, exhale, roll it all the way up to seated. Ooh. All right, we'll take the ball, place it right behind your shoulder blades, and then you're gonna lie back down on the ball. And this one may feel good, like more ribs, more shoulder blades. You can choose, knees bent or straight. We'll go hands behind your head. Take a nice inhale, open up your chest, lay back over the ball. And then exhale, round your back, roll it back up. And then inhale, stretch it out. Think about trying to open up through the elbows, open up through the ribs, the collarbone. And then exhale, roll it back up. And we'll get two more. Inhale to stretch and open. And exhale, roll it up. And then last one. Inhale, we open up the chest. And then exhale, roll it all the way back up. Let's roll our weight all the way up to seated. All right, and we'll come up to a nice comfortable seated position. We'll keep our ball if you have one. We'll place your left hand on the ball. Right hand's gonna be off to the side. We'll take a nice inhale, float your arm up as you glide the ball out. On your exhale, you're just gonna rotate your body down towards the floor. And then inhale, open back up, and exhale, come all the way back up. We'll do that again. Inhale, we reach up and over. Try to keep both hips nice and even on the floor. Exhale, rotate your torso down. Inhale, open up the torso, and then exhale all the way back up. Last one here. Inhale, we reach up and over. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, will come all the way up. This time, left arm reaches up and over. And then we'll restack and switch sides. Right hand gets the ball. We'll take a nice inhale, glide the ball out. Left arm reaches up and over. Exhale, rotate down to face the floor. Inhale, we open back up, and then exhale, roll it all the way in. Inhale to reach up and over. Exhale to rotate over. Inhale to open, and exhale, bring it back up. One more here. Inhale to lengthen out. Exhale, rotate down. And then we open up, come all the way up, and then the right arm reaches up and over. All right, we'll restack our spine, roll your shoulder blades back. And then that's a wrap for our Saturday workout. Thanks for coming to play, everybody.
Thanks.